Hey, this is Matias Rengel with Guitar Control, and today you're going to be learning this really cool way of playing an arpeggio and muting techniques. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily guitar lessons, and there's a link in the description where you can get the tab and follow along with this lesson. Let's get down to it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to figure out the actual chord progression that I'm playing, and then I'm going to break down the actual specific rhythms and arpeggios that I'm doing. Okay, so in this chord progression, we're going to play an F sharp minor, a D major, B minor, and a C sharp 7, dominant 7, or a C sharp major. Okay. Now, what we're going to do with this technique, I'm going to show you. We're going to, first of all, we're going to, don't worry so much about the chord that I just showed you. I will break it down for you, but I want to show you a little bit of the technique so we can go over the chords. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you, this muting technique that I've shown in other videos, in other situations. What you're going to do, you're going to grab your pick with your index and the thumb, and you're going to place this part of the hand right here on the bridge, and then you're going to almost mute the guitar, okay? Not entirely, just almost. You don't want it like this. You want it like... So a good idea maybe it's to like start here and start moving your hands to the right until it's kind of muted. Not so much that it's like open, but a little bit muted, right? Now, here's another thing. You're gonna have to like stretch these fingers a little bit like this, and we're going to place them also muting a little bit of the other notes. So it's like a little bit muted, right? What we're going to do is we're going to play this. Just try that. So what I'm doing, I'm placing my index finger on the 9th fret of the 5th, and in this case I am placing either the middle or the ring finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, and I'm playing one with the pick, the top one, I mean the 9th fret of the 5th, and the 2nd string I'm playing it with the middle finger. So just practice that until you get the actual muting technique, okay? At the beginning maybe it's gonna sound like, and just keep moving, move your hand like tilted a little bit until it sounds correctly muted. Like there, see? But anyways, once you get that down, what we're going to do is going to go through the arpeggio that I was playing at the beginning. And some of the notes will not be muted. Not all of them will be, but some of them will be, which will give it like this really interesting dynamic. So 9th fret of the 5th string. Let's forget for a little bit about the muting technique that I just showed you, and let's just focus on the notes, and then we're going to bring in the technique that you've been practicing. So 9th fret of the 5th string, 10th fret of the 2nd string, and then after that, check this out, we're going to play this, then we play once again this one, because this one is going to be the root, okay? The one in the 5th string is not going to change. The one on the top are going to change. I mean, it's going to change because we're going to be changing chords, so it's going to be like, right, like... But see how these ones right here move, the finger move, and this one stays here all the time. So it's going to be like... Right, but it's not like moving within one chord. But anyway, so we do this one, the 10th fret of the 2nd, back to the 9th fret of the 5th. Now the 9th fret of the 2nd, hammer on to the 10th fret, right? So, and right after that hammer on, you're going to play once again the 9th fret of the 5th, and then ninth fret of the first. Okay, so, and right after that, you're going to do, after the ninth fret of the first string, you're going to play the 10th fret of the second string, 9th fret of the second string, and 11th fret of the third string. So, now all of this, you're going to be playing it with the middle finger. You could alternate between the middle and ring finger, meaning that the ring is going to be on the first string and the middle on the second and third, okay? So now, having learned this, let's bring in the technique that I was showing you, the muting technique. So now, the first string is going to be a little bit unmuted. If you can make it not so open, that'll be great, but it's going to be a little bit unmuted. So, see? Now keep playing that until you can grab it at a little faster speed. Now we have that down. The next chords are going to be super easy, okay? So we're going to go from there, we're going to go into the 5th fret, and we're going to do actually a similar pattern, but with different notes. So we're going to go 5th fret of the 5th string, 7th fret of the 2nd string, 5th fret of the 5th string once again, 5th fret of the 2nd string, hammering on to the 7th fret of the 2nd string. So once again the 5th fret of the 5th string, and finally 5th fret of the 1st string, 7th fret of the 2nd string, 5th fret of the 2nd string, 7th fret of the 3rd string. So, got it? So, now check this out. What you can do, you can let it ring at the end, kind of like, or you can put one more extra 5th string in there at the end, like, got it? Now, for the 3rd chord, we're going to go into the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and actually, it's going to be the same that we did here. Do the exact same thing, but bring everything down to the 2nd fret. Got it? Now for the final one, check this out. We're going to go 4th fret of the 5th string, and then we're going to go 7th fret of the 2nd string, 4th fret again of the 5th string, 6th fret of the 2nd string, hammering on to the 7th fret of the 2nd string. So we got it? Then once again the 4th fret of the 5th string, 4th fret of the 1st string, 7th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret of the 3rd string. So all together. And that's the basic exercise. Exercise or licking. You can apply this to different strings, different chord progressions. You can come up with your own. But there you have it, you know. It's like we did a minor and a major chord and a dominant chord. And you can use all of that to your advantage. So the first one was a minor. The second one was a major that could work for a dominant or for a major 7. The third one was a minor, and the fourth one was a dominant specifically. So I hope this is useful, and remember there's a link in the description where you can get the tab, so make sure you click or tap on it to download it. And as usual, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily guitar lessons. I hope you've had a great time. Please leave a comment down below with any questions or that you have, or any comments, anything. And one last thing, I would love to know, what's your favorite song from this year? Leave a comment down below with your answer. Thank you so much for watching.